Guys, what's going on? Boy, do I have a big story for you guys today. Oh! Yeah, but guys, there are people that are so big that they have to go to the zoo to get an MRI. They can't fit in the MRI machine. Just saying it out loud. Can you imagine, guys? What a joke. What a joke, guys. Make sure to hit the like button on the way in, okay? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's do this. Okay. So, guys, here, guys. Let's watch this first. All right. This is from Twitter. Watch. Let me share my screen. Check this out, guys. But guys, what would you do if you were on this elevator? Okay. Watch, guys.
Press two. Press one for me. It's too much motherfuckers. Oh, get out. It's not gonna go. At least that bitch, hey. At least that bitch tell you though. Oh, you stop.
So guys, Gloctavia, Gloctisha, and Boom Kiki trying to get on the elevator, right? You know? And it won't move because it says weight overload. They tried to hit the button and it said look at this. And they said it's not gonna move. And she said, I don't give a F. Hit it anyways. Guys, they could die. If they overloaded an elevator, try to have it move, they could die. And they didn't care. Look at this, guys.
Press two. Press one for me. It's too much motherfuckers. Overload. Get out. It's not gonna go.
Look at that.
Wait. At least that bitch.
Yeah, wait is right. Oh!
At least that bitch tell you though. Oh, what?
Look at this herd right here, guys. Look at this herd. Yeah, guys, can you imagine these chicks planning this trip? Because I think this is like on a cruise ship. Guys, okay, they're all sitting there, and guys. And then the one says, and then the other one says, look at this.
Press two.
It says overload.
Press one for me. It's too much motherfuckers. Overload. Get out. It's not gonna go. Wait.
She had to back out. I'm surprised that you guys didn't hear a beep, beep, beep. The wind. Hey, what's up, dude? Christopher, what's up, man? Steve, what's going on, my brother? It's good to see you.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Clayton, 143, what's up, dude? Old Fox, what's going on? Who else is here? Good to see you guys. Guys, hit the like button, please. Guys, hit the super chat button. Guys, this live probably won't be monetized after the fact. This is the way it works. So, guys, once again. But here we go.
At least that bitch tell you though. Oh.
Look at that. And this guy's just happily on this elevator. So someone says, POV, your worst nightmare. Someone says, good grief, take a hint, largemouth rods. Someone says they're not embarrassed, but they ought to be. Look at that. Look at that. Getting cooked. They're getting cooked. And why would you post this? You know? Look at this. All this weave. All this getting their hair done, all this, and they weigh 500 pounds, 600 pounds. They'd rather spend all this time and effort trying to put makeup on and not getting on a treadmill. Absolutely insane. Look at that, guys. Look at that. All right, guys, here we have a news story. Hold on. Let's do this here. Where's this Australia thing? Hold on. 1 second, guys. You guys here? I'll drop the link in the Discord first, and then we'll open up the lines pretty soon. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Where are we here? 1 second, guys.
Epidemic.
Look at this.
Well, now to the new age epidemic hitting our state's hospitals. With the number of morbidly obese patients reaching unprecedented levels, the medical system is being forced into expensive solutions.
Look at that.
Supersized hospital rooms, larger-than-life beds, bariatric chairs and built-in weigh bridges.
This particular bed will take 450 kilos.
Almost twice the size of standard equipment, these larger versions are used every day at the Royal Adelaide Hospital to treat an increasing number of overweight patients, the heaviest weighing in at 346 kilograms.
Damn, that's what?
We're talking about a BMI.
That's 346 kilograms. What is that? 346 times 761 pounds, guys. 761 pounds. Absolutely insane.
40. But we're actually seeing people now increasingly with a BMI of 60 plus.
60.
Specialised equipment needed to treat these patients can be 50% more expensive than the standard models, costing the system hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And that's taxpayers' money, guys, right? That's taxpayers' money because they have socialized medicine in Australia, you know? So you're literally paying to treat the biggins in Australia, in England, in Canada.
More difficult to nurse. They require more resources and then a very prolonged period of rehabilitation to get them back.
The Lyle McEwen Hospital has 8 rooms dedicated to the treatment of bariatric patients. A standard room measures 17 square metres, but these expanded rooms are 25 square metres.
We've got the bariatric bed that accommodates a patient up to 500 kilos. We've got the overhead lifting devices.
Ambulances have also been adapted to cope. 2 extra large vehicles were added to the fleet in 2011. Since then, they've transported 1,300 patients.
Look at that.
It allows us to move right around the patient. It allows us to move quite large patients, so the stretcher is double the width, and it can take up to patients up to more than 300 kilograms, in fact 500 kilograms.
The paramedics that use this ambulance receive special training on how to operate the equipment and move patients safely. Health experts say drastic action is needed, starting with a tax on soft drinks.
We need proper food labelling, not websites that are pulled out of the public domain, but adequate labelling that informs the public, like traffic lights.
Jessica Stanley, 9 News.
Look at that, guys. Oh, it says they just don't know that fast food is bad for you. They're just so dumb that they don't know. Please, come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Look at this. So look. Well, there's always the zoo. Look at this. After almost a week of workup in our hospital, our young patient with morbid obesity was at a diagnostic crossroad. He had undergone several hospital admissions for recurrent bloodstream infections with no doctor being able to diagnose the cause. Weighing over 600 pounds, he was above the weight for our hospital system scanner tables. What do we do next? Well, there's always the zoo. They sent him to the zoo. Difficulty to study and quantify. There's little evidence in medical literature of the rate in which human patients are imaged with equipment designed for animals. Finding tables with higher weight-bearing capacities is not the only challenge with diagnostic imaging for this subset of the population. It's adjustment to radiation dosage, transportation, transfer needs, staffing, allocation. Look at that, guys. So among 262 institutions, only 28% had access to large capacity CAT scans and 10% for MRIs. While these devices have increased weight limits to accommodate bariatric patients in recent years, there are too few full-service facilities. Look at 2021. So the U.S. cited barriers to diagnostic testing as one of the key problems facing older adults with obesity. Look at that. Dehumanizing people with severe obesity only exacerbates stigma, imposes barriers to care. Of course, this is a woman writing this. Of course, guys. There's no excuse why you should be 600 pounds. None. Look at this. Is it true that the morbidly obese get scans done at the zoo and at SeaWorld? Someone says, I've talked directly to my radiology and zoo department about this. Everyone had heard about it happening, but it didn't look like a Melbourne zoo had taken someone for 8 to 9 years. So it does happen. Someone says, for anyone that's ordered this, how did the conversation go? Was your physical condition, we need to scan you somewhere else at the zoo? Someone says, so to be honest, that by the time a patient exceeds the weight limit, they're already needing bariatric beds, ambulances, chairs, etc. And someone says, just be straightforward and empathetic. Unfortunately, sir, our CT scanner is not suitable for your particular needs, but there's one down at SeaWorld that they use for killer whales and large crocodiles. Look at that. Look at that. Someone says, we've used the local university's vet school. Damn. Guys, how big do you have to be? Seriously, like, how sad is that you got to go to the veterinarian school? They got to pull Bessie the cow off the thing just so they can put you on there. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, guys. All right, now here we go. This is also from Reddit Nursing. How would you tactfully explain to a patient that they're too big? How would you tactfully explain to a patient that they're too big for our CT scanner, and that's why we're moving them to another hospital? So, would you just say that we don't have the right CT scanner? So he wasn't my direct patient, so I didn't have to do it myself. Patient was a woman in her 30s weighing more than 500 pounds. Look at that. Someone says, we had a patient like this come in from a sister ED that was more than willing to treat her, but she exceeded the CT's weight limit. Being a larger ED, ours had a higher weight limit. Look, bariatric patients know they're big. It's not a shocker or breaking news to them. kind but direct is fine. She says to say, our CT scanner can't accommodate you, so the weight limit's not high enough. Really sorry for the pain and inconvenience, but we're really going to move you to another hospital that has a CT scanner that can accommodate you. When we got that patient in, best thing the hospital could tell us was that she maxed out our scale at 600 pounds. I repeat, 600 pounds. Took 8 of us just to move her from the EMS stretcher to our bed. She got upset, though. We had to lay her flat briefly to move her. I explained in the kindest possible terms that we need to be mindful of our backs and her safety, and that laying her flat just for a moment makes the smoothest transition without things getting caught. She got mad when we had to keep her laying down to adjust her on the bed. Look at that. Someone says, I understand that some of it could be shame, but I also have the belief that if you can't mobilize yourself, you really shouldn't complain how many people are needed to do it for you. Facts. Facts, guys. Look at that. Someone says, someone at the hospital in my city told me that they had to weigh a patient once on the loading dock. Look at that. Then had to send them out for a CT to the zoo. Look at that. Someone says, my 500-pound patient got mad. I had to call for some assistance to clean him up. I mean, you know you're big. It's just meanness? Or some people take joy in hurting nurses. Food addiction is real. I don't get it. I get being embarrassed, but still no reason to try and get people hurt. I've had patients manipulate and get angry about food, just like people who need drugs. Facts. Look at that. Someone says, you don't need to sugarcoat. They know they're big. Facts. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get into this here. And guys, we will touch on food addiction here pretty soon. Lauren, how you doing, my friend? Guys, check this out.
Being fat is not for the faint of heart, okay? I know I always see these videos talking about, I can never be fat. I can never be fat. And you know what, girl? I'm starting to feel you because the way that I just got embarrassed, okay? So I have to get an MRI for an injury that I had, and I've been trying to schedule it for like a week and a half. So the girl initially had called me and she was like, hey, we're going to schedule your MRI. She was like, how much do you weigh? And I was like, oh, I weigh 370 or like 365.
370 pounds. And by the way, guys, I know you can't understand what she's saying.
So then she was like, oh, this is her on the call. Oh, no, you're too big for our MRI. You're going to have to schedule it somewhere else. I said, okay, so where? And she's like, oh, okay, I'm going to refer you to somewhere else. So she refers me to somewhere else, you guys. And they call me and they ask me my weight and they ask me. And I said, hello, I'm 370. They are telling me to go here because the other people cannot take me because their MRI machine was 250 weight limit. They were like, oh, okay, no problem. We'll get you scheduled. So they scheduled me today for 8:30. Then they pair me up with a man. The man's like, can I take your height and weight? So then it's like one of those old school weights where like you have to move the weight from like 200, 250. So bless his heart because he started at 200. I said, sir. Then he went to 250. I said, sir. Then he went to 300. I said, okay, I don't like this game. And mind you, it's like, you put 250 and then at the top it has the 50. So he's like moving it all the way over. And then he goes to 350. And then it starts to slow down around the 18, 19 pound. You guys, then he looks at me and he goes, unfortunately, mind you, he whispers it. unfortunately, at this location, our MRI has a weight limit of 300. And I wanted to grab him like that. And I said, oh, okay, like being nice. I was like, well, they scheduled me here specifically because, you know, of the weight limit. I was very clear, and I just, he's like, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Yo, why did they just basically tell me go figure it out? We'll get the MRI somewhere else because can't do it here. And I was like, I just want to figure out what is happening with me, and I need an MRI. And it's just like, damn, bro.
Hey guys, she can always wait in line behind the gorillas at the zoo.
Like, my ass is too fucking big to fit in the damn MRI machine. I'm irritated, but I am claustrophobic, and now because of my weight limit, I have to do an open MRI at this other location, supposedly. I don't freaking know. And so it'll help my mental health, because I was definitely gonna be feeling claustrophobic. But you guys, being fat is so hard sometimes.
Look at that, guys.
Being fat.
Someone says, I had to escort a patient to the zoo for a CT. She was behind the rhino in line. I can't make this up. Someone said, did it look like this? Guys, look at that. Look at that. Guys, look at this. I have to like that. Oh, my stomach. You guys, look at this. Of course, it's not real, but it's still hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Come on. If you're at the zoo, guys, you're going to be surrounded with friggin' wild animals. Oh, no. Look at that. Someone says, y'all are acting like 350 is normal. So someone says, my hospital sends patients over 350 to the zoo, unfortunately. Someone says, babes, it's not like it's the hospital's fault. So someone says, being fat isn't for the faint of heart. Actually, being fat makes your heart faint. Someone says, I mean, 370 is kind of crazy, to be honest. Look at that. Someone says this has to be a wake-up call. Hold on.
This should be your wake-up call. You're so fat. I'm not asking.
Now, guys, this is her follow-up, right? So let's see what she learned. Look at that.
Okay, this is so crazy to me, because when I posted that video that's going viral right now, I did not know this was a thing. I did not know that people that were over a certain weight limit were getting sent to the zoo or to SeaWorld to get MRIs done. That is so, like, dehumanizing, and I feel so bad for people who have gone through that.
You're dehumanizing yourself by stuffing yourself with ho-hos and bonbons, you moron. You guys see this? You guys see this? Please. What's dehumanizing is eating as much as a barnyard animal. Guys, put a 1 if you guys agree. And yes, I have to translate again. Absolute clown world. And guys, she has to be like 5 foot to like 5'4", and she weighs almost 400 pounds. Come on.
Truly. When I posted that video, it was just me sharing my experience and the frustration of like dealing with someone in the medical world where it's like, y'all knew my weight and y'all still sent me to somewhere that didn't service me. So like, yeah, I'm just annoyed by that. But I want to make it very clear. I don't expect the entire world to serve me. Like, I'm understanding that I am over.
Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I am over a weight that not all machines can take. I'm okay. I don't need sympathy. I don't need I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself. Like, okay, I live in LA. I'm gonna be okay. I'll be able to find an MRI place for somebody who weighs 370 pounds. I'm okay. Okay. So I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not like bashing these medical professionals at all. But also, like, a lot of y'all in the comments are really talking like just out your mouths, talking about this should be your wake up call. You're so fat. I'm not asking y'all. Also, if you look at my page, I've lost over 150 pounds.
So, guys, she's 300 and something pounds, and she lost 100 pounds already. Look at that.
And I lost 100 pounds of that naturally before I had a gastric sleeve surgery. Naturally. Have y'all lost 150 pounds? I don't think so.
No, because we don't need to, you dummy. We don't need to because we're not going to get this big.
And I think unless you really understand what it's like to be overweight, you will never understand our experience. So y'all need to literally shut the hell up. When I was born, you guys, I weighed 12 and a half pounds. When I was born, that's like what a 3-month-old baby should weigh. I weighed 12 and a half pounds. I have been fat my entire life. Now, have I made decisions along the way that have gotten me to that? I was almost 500 pounds at one point in time. That got me there? Sure. And I take accountability and responsibility for that.
She said she was 500 pounds at one point. And guys, the only reason why she lost weight is because she got bariatric surgery. So she's like, have y'all lost 100 pounds? You didn't work it off, you goof. You moron. You idiot. You dunce. Guys, what the fuck is going on? I try to not swear, guys, and I was like kind of tired today. You know what I mean? And guys, now I'm all riled up because he's underheaded, driving fucking crazy. Oh, guys. Western women in the West, modern women in the West, are completely useless. Guys, type useless in the chat. I don't know why any man in the West. Guys, monk mode passports. How do we get stuck with the most dunderheaded, idiotic, moronic, ignorant, heavy-set, food-addicted, SSRI pill popping, alcohol abusing, loudmouth broads that have ever lived, guys? How has it come to this? How? Arrogantly ignorant. Smells like sweat socks and old Cheetos because they can't wash themselves. And they have the nerve to try and give us attitude back. You put yourself out here to be judged. You put yourself out here on the internet and you're mad. You're mad and you're in LA of all places. Guys, if you're in a place where it's sunny and you're surrounded by fit people, it makes you want to go out and get fit. Unless you're this absolute dunce right here.
It's like, I just think when people see you, they're always like, you're unhealthy. You need to lose weight. It's like,
you are.
Do y'all go to the gym 4 times a week?
Yes.
Do you guys do that?
5
have
times
you guys
a
lost
week.
150 pounds? You haven't. So it's like, I know I can take those comments and be like, y'all are losers and I'm going to clock y'all in the comments. But like, there are some people online where it's like, it's not that easy for them to ignore those things. And I really want to make this video because it's like, y'all should really be conscious of the way you talk to people, especially people who know how to fight. So stop playing with me.
Know how to fight? They can just shove you over and you can't get back up, you dummy. Right, guys? Someone says dehumanizing when humans are not supposed to be this big. Everyone deserves health care. Commie BS. No, guys, look at this chick. Look at the size. Look at the size of this rod.
I'm not that big.
Yes, you are. Look at this.
I'm just tall. I mean, maybe I'm that big. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. But to be doing a vet MRI animal machine, please.
That, guys. So now she's all mad. She's all mad, guys. Because she weighs as much as a Mack truck. You know? Curly. Trying to say she's curvy. Look at that, guys. And the only reason why she's this big is because she got bariatric surgery. Guys, an early grave is in the mail. An early grave is in the mail, guys. Look at
The
this.
full try on, but I have to go to the gym, and I just tried this top on. You guys, I got this top in a 2XL, and I just wanted to show y'all if it's Longha approved. Hold on.
Ugh.
So here's what the back looks like. As you guys can see, there's some that I have, but because there's like a little under thing here, I have to like pull it down. So is it like 100% Longha approved? No, but I don't mind the fit of this at all. I like it.
Look at that.
That's nasty.
Look at that, guys. Imagine the amount of eating that she would have to do to maintain this weight, let alone get up to this weight. Isn't that the scary thing, guys? Isn't that sad? Look at this. It has the nerve to have an attitude.
Okay,
You know?
so I'm new to being like a gym girly. Actually, I'm not. I've been in
A
the
gym girly.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
gym. If y'all don't know, I've lost 160 pounds. Love that for me. This is the first time this happens for me. Happens for me. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. So I'm at the gym. It's 6 in the morning, and I'm like, as I'm getting my stuff together, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And then it hits me. Girl, you walked out of the house and you did not take your pre-workout. So then I started thinking,
Oof. Look at this. Post VSG surgery. So that's the only reason why she's this size. Look at Guys, why do we do this to ourselves, right? Why do we put ourselves... Why do we put ourselves through this, guys? Why? Why? Right? Now, guys, here we go. Here we go, guys. Now, I have to warn you guys, okay? Jump scare. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. TikTok's acting up. Hold on. Jump scare. Guys, look at this rod right here. Look at that. Guys, she's all yours. All of her. Oh! Look at that, guys. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this.
Real talk. When you're fat, nothing you will ever do will be enough. For example, you could be like, oh, you're at a restaurant with somebody, you order a salad, and you get, a little bit of ranch dressing on the side, and like, oh, ooh, you might not want that. That's not too healthy. Mind your own fucking business. Or you'd be like, yeah, I've been working out. I've been going to the gym. They're like, oh, what are you doing at the gym? What's your workout? I'd be like, oh, I've been doing a lot of cardio, walking on the treadmill. And they go, oh, no, instead you need to be doing this instead. And you should be doing this. I didn't ask for your fucking opinion. Okay. It's like literally nothing you can do is good enough. And I can say this because when was the last time you went out with somebody or seen somebody hand a skinny person just a glass of water with lemon in it, or just, you know, lemon as salad dressing for their salad. No, people don't do that to skinny people. They don't do those offensive things to them, or say things like that, like, oh, well, you should do this and you need to do this, and whatever. And I can speak on this because I'm currently going through it myself with the changes in my diet and my lifestyle. It's just never fucking good enough. But man, people would not say that same shit to a skinny person that they say to me. You know,
that's clown world, guys. Skinny girls are the only group of chicks that it's okay for other women to criticize. Put a 1 if you agree, guys. How many times do they go, girl, you eat a hamburger, you're skinny mini, you're this, you're that, right? Girls that are naturally hella skinny are the only girls that can get trashed by other girls, and it's okay. It's absolute clown world. Look at that. Look at this. Stop it. You're too gorgeous all over to class yourself. You're a work of art. Ugh. How does this chick have simps in her comments? What a joke. Guys, what is going on with men these days? Who in the world? Guys, I'm sorry. I can't look at that anymore. I can't, guys. I just can't. How did we end up here? Well, why did we do this to ourselves? You know? Here we go, guys. Watch.
Has any nurse ever had a patient who was too big for the hospital's CT or MRI machine, and so you actually had to transport the patient from the hospital to the zoo to have imaging done? I'll never forget, as a new grad, we had a patient who had a really big abdomen and, like, in general was pretty large, and the CT or MRI people were like, he won't fit in here. And so one of our PAs was like, we might have to send this patient to the zoo to get imaging. I fully thought it was a joke. We ended up not doing that, but the PA was like, no, this is legit a thing. For some reason, someone brought it up on a video that I posted last night, and I was like, I totally forgot about that. And I just want to know, has a nurse, like, themselves, like, you have seen a patient literally be transported to the zoo for imaging? Because I feel like you hear about it and seasoned nurses talk about it, but, like, I personally have never seen it. I've just...
Guys, hit the like button, please. We have 75 people here, guys. Let's get the likes up, please. Guys, likes. That's the 304 button. It's quick and it's easy, guys. Please hit the like button, guys. Let's see a couple of super chats. That would be nice. Thank you so much.
Heard about it. So is it actually a thing, or something that everyone in healthcare talks about that it can be done, but no one actually has ever seen it be done?
Someone says we had to stop that about 10 years ago because animals started getting MRSA. Look at that. Can you imagine being so disgusting, guys, that you give the animals MRSA? Disgusting. Absolute disgusting, guys. Gross. 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 And guys, a lot of nurses get a lot of injuries. Nursing is actually one of the most physical jobs that a woman can do. Trying to move these patients, you know what I'm saying? They end up getting bad backs and bad knees. You know, someone says, "Did someone refer me to SeaWorld for an MRI?" I'd lose it. Someone says, "Our state university vet school used to let us use their machine." And this one says that they got MRSA too. Look at that. Someone says, "Orlando girlies know we send ours to SeaWorld." Look at that. Person says a patient broke the CAT scanner due to weight and movement at the Denver Zoo. So they don't let us send patients. How you gonna break the zoo's CT machine? Look at that. Someone says the first time that I heard this, I thought they were making a distasteful joke. Damn. Someone says, I had to be the ambulance that transported someone there. It was located in the elephants exhibit. The patient was so embarrassed and cried the whole time. Can you imagine, guys? They got to take you to the elephant cage and to get weighed. Look at that. Someone says the veterinarian colleges do this for us. Damn. Someone says, as a radiology professional, yes, it's 100% true. Our beds have weight limits. All the ones I work with have 500 pound limits. Damn. Someone says we had to transport a patient to the aquarium for an MRI. Yikes. Person says, I also did the emergency call to get the patient out of the house. We had to saw the outside wall to get her out of the house. Damn. I had a patient that went to the zoo for imaging. I thought that it was a joke, and then I got the report. Joke was on me when I had them ready for transport to the Jacksonville Zoo. I was a paramedic in my mid-20s, and we had to transport a patient to SeaWorld. Damn. Look at that, guys. All right, here, look at this.
Something that's surprising about the medical field that a lot of people don't know is that if you're in the hospital and you need an MRI, but your weight exceeds the limit that the MRI machine can hold without breaking, then we will get you an ambulance, a nurse to go with you, EMS or paramedics, depending on what your needs are, and we will send you to the local zoo to get an MRI in their machine because the weight limit is a lot higher.
If I went to the hospital and they told me that I needed an MRI and they brought me back to the MRI machine and proceeded to then tell me that I was too big for the MRI machine and that they were going to have to bus me to the local zoo, that would be my 13th reason. I'm sorry, I'm done. Goodbye. You're telling me that I have to wait in line with a fucking elephant because I'm too big for that machine? No. Nope, we're done here. This is it. This is it for me. Imagine being shipped to your local zoo. By the way, the original storyteller is my friend Lauren. Go follow her if you do not already. She tells great nursing stories.
Cooked. Someone says that we use SeaWorld. I'm not kidding. Imagine having to tell patients that they have to go to the whale scanner. Someone says wait in line with the elephant. Ha ha ha. So someone says I would call the funeral home and ask if I can just walk in. Someone says we'll be with you shortly. Though we're just finishing up Hilda the hippo. Oh, look at that! What a joke, guys.
So something that's surprising about the medical field that a lot of people don't know is that if you're...
And now because of my weight limit, I have to do an open MRI at this other location.
Absolutely fuck this, by the way.
Guys, there's nothing... Anyone who wears these glasses, there's nothing good that they can tell us, all right?
Like, fuck this and fuck them for making you go through this. I think that you are taking this in stride and you're being very nice and very pleasant about this because you're saying in the comments you've never had an MRI. This is not normal. Fuck them. This is medical neglect is what it is. And it's
being 500 pounds is medical neglect, you dunce. What are you talking about?
It's fat phobic and fat-based biased, weight-based bias in medicine is what it is. I used to be 420 plus some odd pounds, never had an issue. Never had an issue going to get an MRI. I have to get an MRIs multiple times a year, usually about twice. I'm now in the 200s and they're much more comfortable. I've never had to get an open.
Why would you need to get MRIs twice a year? Why?
Based MRI, I've never had to be sent to like some specialty facility. I've certainly never had to be sent to the fucking zoo, as people in the comment sections are alluding to in your comments. Never had an issue. This is not normal. This is not regular. Normally when you have to have an MRI, they will ask your weight, like, oh, what's your weight?
No, different areas have different availability, you dunce. You know, guys, you're in LA. Well, the original chick, she's in LA, right? Or in certain parts, people tend to be in shape.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And they'll just send you where you need to go. And so, personally, I've never encountered an MRI that has a 250-pound weight limit unless it was a mobile MRI, and even then, those are still significantly.
She said it was a 400-pound limit. You don't listen, and you have stupid glasses, and you're still fat.
I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying this sounds really ghetto, and this is not normal.
With those nails and these glasses, she's trying to say what's ghetto, please.
And I'm sorry that you're going through this, but please know this is not normal, and you should find different doctors or different facilities or anything else, because this is not a regular occurrence when you need to get an MRI. And I say this again as someone who was getting MRIs 130 plus pounds ago and gets MRIs now and gets them and is still fat now. Like, I get MRIs every year, sometimes multiple times a year. Never had this problem.
What a joke.
Hello, I'm in my car.
Oh, guys, sorry.
And now because of my
What
weight
is
limit,
going
I have to
on,
open
guys?
MRI at this other location.
Absolutely fuck this.
How am I not translating?
Hello,
And this
I'm
thing,
in my car.
and this thing right here? Really?
Silly Jedi. Silly Jedi.
Look at this.
Hello, I'm in my car getting 2 MRIs. The reason I'm filming this is because the last time I was here, this facility did not have a working machine for anybody over a size 18, which is just an insane sentence to say out loud.
What? Why would they? First of all, do you guys know how much MRI machines cost? Hold on. Does a standard MRI machine cost? Guys, we're talking $1.5 million. Right? And then how much does MRI machine for larger people? A larger one can cost $3 million. So you're paying double the price. Double the price for a small group of dunderheaded morons that can't keep the Doritos out of their mouths. What a joke.
The staff didn't know how to handle it. I tried to keep it as cool and calm as I possibly could. But when you're already in a lot of pain and imaging is already not a very fun thing to do, the last thing you want to do is get halfway loaded into an MRI machine and then not fit. Like, this is my time to stand up on my soapbox and say that as a...
That better be a well-built soapbox. Oh! They make adamantium soapboxes. Oh!
person that's a size 20 that I am not the fattest person in the world. And why is it that the MRI machine that is available doesn't fit even me? That's number one. Number two is that my height and my weight is all over all of my paperwork. So why did you not check that I would maybe not fit in this machine? So anyway, it's time to go back. They've promised me that they have a machine that fits me. Just to add insult to injury, it's called the wide bore machine.
And Henry, hey man, thanks for gifting out some memberships, my friend. I appreciate that. I really, 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 really do. Thank you so much.
They may as well have called it the fat bitch machine. Also, just to make this worse, they also don't have scrubs beyond a 3X. I'm actually a 2X. Like, you would think that they would have scrubs that fit me.
She's a 2X.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And guys, this is fixable. All she needs to do is cut her calories, exercise, drinks more water, and she'd lose weight. Just see, they're just accepting that this is how they are. Guys, okay, put a 1 if you agree with me. This woman's not living, she's dying. If you accept being this overweight, guys, you're not living. The moment that she hit a very unhealthy weight and accepted it, she accepted her death. You know? Colin, man, you had said that your microphone is messed up. Dude, reach out to me on Discord, bro, and I can try and help you fix it. Okay? So yeah, bro, let's try and get your microphone working so you can call in again, okay?
Wrong. The 3X doesn't even go over one of my thighs. But anyway, I'm gonna go inside and let you know how this goes.
Whiteboard, yep, you're on the whiteboard.
Oh, wonderful. Last time I came here, the largest size of scrubs didn't fit me. 3X.
We are back. Hydrating because I just sat in an MRI machine for a solid hour. Luckily, I'm not claustrophobic. Really good news on all fronts. Firstly, they did have the wide bore machine available. Woo! This is the bare minimum of service, by the way. To have a machine that every human can fit into is the
No. Human beings should not be your size. It would be different if you were an NBA player or whatever and you're 7'3", because there's nothing that you can do to help that. But this chick right here, she's ate herself into this condition. The entitlement, the hubris, the arrogance is off the charts.
Bare minimum. They also upgraded their scrubs to go up to 4X, which is a start, but they had really big, really roomy gowns that had multiple closures down the whole front.
They call them moo-moos.
So I was really comfortable, really covered, really secure. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need during your medical appointments. It's your appointment. You're paying for it. It's your insurance. It's your...
Guys, look at this run. Chronic illness plus size fashion. Yeah, you're a chronic illness. He weighs 780 pounds. Earthquake! Look at this, guys. Oh no, guys, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Guys, this chick right here, she's got 1 foot straight in the grave. And I guarantee she blames us men. Oh yeah, it's these evil men. It's the patriarchy. And guys, look, she's a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at this, guys. I guarantee at some point she's gonna try and blame us men for all of her problems, because that's all that they do. That's all that they do. What a joke. What a joke. Guys, I don't feel bad for him. All of this is preventable, guys. All of this is preventable. There's no excuse for this. And only in the West, guys. Only in the West. Look at this. They tried telling her that she couldn't get an MRI because she was over 70 inches from elbow to elbow. Watch.
Let me see, bro. I still can't get over it. It's still going. That's 70. It's 5'10". It's 5'10". I knew it.
All right, tell the backstory.
My doctor tried to tell me that I was 70 inches round.
No, he said 70 centimeters, you goof. You just don't know how to listen.
That's 5'10". I'm offended, honestly. Matter of fact, I'm glad I called him.
Let me see it
Dr.
again.
Because he fucking deserved it.
Wait, let me see it again.
There's no way it's this big. So my thought, even if it's round,
Like it's inaccurate. You can still fit another person.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if it is round, there's still.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not that big of a bitch. I'm a big bitch, but it ain't 3 G's. It's like 1.5.
Look at that, guys. How can you just accept that you're freaking 1,000 pounds? How do you just accept the fact that you're a bridge troll? You know what I'm saying? Look at this.
Oh no. Me after finding you're over 500 pounds, you have to go to for an MRI. So unfortunately, most MRIs in the hospital have a weight limit of 300 to 400 pounds. And the problem is,
and guys, they have to do that for safety reasons.
Isn't necessarily the weight.
Yeah. Yep, you can get burned. You can have all types of stuff. Look at Bigfoot the horse. Look at this. Can you imagine weighing that much, guys? Can you imagine weighing that much? Being that big, guys? Damn. Hold on, guys. Let's go here. You guys smash the like button, please. Here you go. Now, guys, here we have the bull ring, and she's gonna cry about how she was body shamed at Planet Fitness. Please.
I was fat shamed. Story time on how I was fat shamed by a Planet Fitness trainer. Back in 2023, I was a little over 300 pounds. I decided that, I wanted to start taking my health seriously. And step one was getting a gym membership. And Planet Fitness just so happens to be the closest thing to my house. So I thought, why not? I started going to the gym roughly every day after work. But after a certain point, I found that I was bored in the gym. Cardio has never really been my thing. So
well, that's obvious, right, guys?
Resolved in myself that I wanted to learn how to use the machine. I go on the app and I book a session with one of their trainers. I go in on the day of our session and I meet the trainer, and the second he sees me, he kind of and he's like, hello. Like he had never seen a fat person before. So the session starts and he's like walking around and talking.
No, because he knew that you were going to give him attitude, right? Guys, a lot of big people, they like to take, guys, first of all, they know that they're big. They know that they shouldn't be that size. And instead of actually using that as motivation, they try and take that out on other people. Put a 1 if you guys agree.
To me, and gets on the pull-up bar or whatever and starts cranking him out, and he was like, okay, like now you do it. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And then the conversation shifts. He asks, what are you eating? Well, how many calories are you consuming? Like, how much protein are you getting? How much of this? How much of that? Blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, well, I'm working with a nutritionist right now, which was true. I just started seeing a nutritionist. I was new to working on that, but I was working on that. And he would not let it go. He just kept on, oh, well, you gotta work on what you're eating, and your body, you gotta work on what you put inside of it, and blah, blah, blah. That's where you need to focus and everything. I straight up told him, I just want to learn how to use some of the machines. And he goes, oh, well, I could show you how to use the machines, but that doesn't mean anything if you're not eating clean and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. He reluctantly marches me around the gym and it doesn't sit me down and show me how to use anything. He's just like, oh, well, that machine is for abs and that machine is for triceps. It's just really uncomfortable at that point.
Because you were probably giving him attitude from the jump. And guys, does this story sound like at all true? That he would take a big fat person and tell them to do pull-ups? Or do you think that it was one of those TRX things? Yeah, you guys have seen those TRX machines, right? I mean, the TRX straps. These things. Now, a lot of times, trainers use these because it's a good way for someone to actually start getting mobile and get used to their body weight, right? So she said straight up, she's not going to do this. So what he probably had her do was hold on like this and then do like a squat or like pull her own weight up, which is reasonable. And what did she say, right? What's the first thing she said, right? Not, I'll give it a try. No, she said, "How dare you?" What a joke. So then he knew for a fact, guys, because I used to be a personal trainer back in the day, right? And there was a lot of there was girls who were out of shape, who were fine, but there was girls that were big and they just wouldn't listen. Because they go in there to try and have a bad experience and justify saying, well, I went to the gym and it wasn't for me. They're not going into the gym in good faith. They're not trying to talk to a trainer in good faith, and they're just shut down. You know?
So we get to the end of the session. He goes, yeah, open the Planet Fitness app. Okay. And I think that he's going to like show me where the tutorials are in the app that teach you how to use these machines, because he's obviously not teaching it to me. And he goes, okay, I want you to book another session with me. I said, what? And he goes, yeah, do it right now. Book another session with me for next week. I said, okay. Booked it on my phone with every intention of canceling it before I got out of the gym, as soon as I walked away from him. And then he goes, all right, now book another one. This guy has absolutely lost his mind. What are you doing? I am visibly uncomfortable, and you're forcing me to book a session with you after the first one went terribly? Like, what are you? I did it and I left. I have never felt more judged by a human being in my life. I have never felt more dissected. Like, I could have been standing there naked as long as I wasn't
talking. Do you see this victimhood, guys? And I know you guys' arms are all tired from playing the violin. This is why you don't even try. This is why you don't even try, guys. Look at that.
Talking to him, I would have felt more fucking confident. So I went home and I was really upset about it. And
someone says, to be honest, you sound like you whine a lot. I don't see anything wrong in the way he approached you or handled anything. He was just being very clear, and that's showing you the mirror on how to start potential health journey. And you can blame the man for being straight up 100%. That's what you wanted. I don't get it. Facts.
Talked to a good friend of mine, and she said, well, he can't get away with that. You can't let that rock. You need to say something. You need to find somebody's email, their manager or something like that. You need to talk to someone. So the next week I pull up and I relay my experience to the person at the front desk, and I ask for the email for the manager. And one of the women at the front desk just shakes her head and she goes, it's not the first time he's done that. So he's just like a genuine asshole. Cool. So when I left the gym, I got home and I wrote out this email. Good evening. For me in this situation. Thank you. Distract from me working out. So it
blah, 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 blah. But guys, this shit is cooked. I mean, let's look here. Let's see. Look at the size of this broad. Seriously? And she's going to blame someone else for her problems? Guys, you can't... Guys, just avoid chicks like this at all costs. The bull ring. You know, all this. You guys, hold on. Hold on. It looks like she's mixed race and her dad is black and her mom is white. And she's a nurse. So that's all kinds of bad. You know? What a joke. Guys, just don't even try. Leave these broads alone. The last thing that you need to do is you have a good business going on as a trainer, and you let this absolute dunderhead besmirch your business. Look at this.
Here, I got rear-ended and I got stuck with the bill. Pay attention because I'm going to let you know now what I wish I knew then. This car hit my car, which pushed me into this car. When the insurance claim was made, the car that hit me said they had nothing to do with me hitting the car in front of me. Had I had a dash cam, I would have been able to fight that with my insurance. So I went out and got this. This is the red.
You are an idiot. Guys, this is modern women right here, guys. Hey, snowboard, there you go. You showed up just in time.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Oh no. And here you go, dude. Here. I showed this at the beginning too, guys. I just have to show this again. Watch. Snowboard, watch. It's overload.
Overload.
At least that bit, hey. At least that
Jesus.
You suck. Nah, you
Look at that, guys. Can you imagine being that big? 300, 400, 500 pounds. Look at that, guys. Man. Whoops. Hold on. Now, guys, let's talk about food addiction, and then hold on. Because hardly anyone talks about food addiction. You know? They really don't. It's bad, guys. Watch.
At my heaviest weight, I used to literally think about food 24/7. And I know everyone says that, but let me explain. I used to wake up thinking about food. Not just, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Like, what am I going to have for breakfast? No. I used to think, when am I going to be alone? So that way I can eat in private and no one will see me. How soon is my mom leaving for work? So that way I can sneak into the kitchen and eat an entire box of cereal, hide it in the garbage, and pretend that I don't know what happened to it. How soon are my roommates?
But we were talking about earlier, Snowboard, that these chicks are so big that they have to go to the zoo to get an MRI. That they have to go to SeaWorld. So they're waiting in line behind the rhino to get an MRI, dude. It's like, if that's not a come to Jesus moment, then I don't know what is, you know?
Leaving for work so that way I can sneak downstairs, eat the entire box of Little Debbie snacks that they just bought, and then say, I have no idea what happened to them when they asked me about them. I used to cross my fingers hoping that there would be somebody different working in the drive-thrus that I went through every day. That way I wouldn't be embarrassed when they recognized me by my voice. There was times I didn't have enough money to pay my bills or my rent because I would spend every single dollar I had on food. I used to go through the drive-thru and pretend that I was ordering for multiple people so that way I could get multiple meals that were all for me. And then I would go park in the most secluded spot in the parking lot while I ate so that no one would see me. It wasn't a lack of willpower. It wasn't a lack of discipline. It was an addiction.
Yeah, it was.
Full-fledged addiction. And
no, you can be addicted to food.
Yeah, you can.
You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to smoking. Anything that gives your brain, it makes that pleasure center go. You know what I'm saying? But for some people, it's food. And food is tough. Alcohol is tough enough because it's socially reinforced, and then you don't really get a lot of pushback. Like, it takes, you got to really hit rock bottom for someone to call you an alcoholic. Or like smoking. Yeah. Smoking, I would actually say that we have a more negative view of smoking cigarettes than drinking a lot of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? But people who get to be 400 or 500 pounds, they do have food addictions. They do. They eat the same way that someone smokes, does coke, or whatever. You know, that's just their drug of choice. So, hey guys, look, Snowboard. If you're these companies spend billions of dollars making food that's addictive, right? The sugars, the flavors, like they literally have chemists and psychiatrists and stuff working for them to make their food addictive.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be addictive? Snickers bars taste good. Ice cream tastes good. Breakfast cereals, Cocoa Pebbles, they taste good. And for that little bit, it makes you feel good too. You know? That's the point. That's what they're trying to do to us. So it is true that people can get addicted to food. But the issue is there's not a big push to, once you realize that you are addicted to food, do something about it, because that's where body positivity comes in. It's reinforcing an actual addiction. Can you imagine, Snowboard, if we had alcoholics positivity or a meth head positivity movement? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Insane.
It's called Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Or Seattle.
You have been through it.
I have
will
another
never
side point. So, in some countries, MSG is actually legal because it's classified as what's called an excitotoxin. So that means when you have MSG, which is primarily in a lot of like Chinese food, like shitty Chinese food or low end Chinese food. I used to like work at a place that was like similar to Cisco, and was a truck driver and deliver it. They would put on like, I would be bringing like literally almost like a 55-gallon drum of that stuff. It wasn't in one drum, but it was basically in almost like 5-gallon containers. They would have, I think, like 40 pounds a week that they would go through this stuff, and people would love it because it makes the food addicting. It makes it light up a ton of like centers in your brain, like you were saying. And a ton of places use MSG on everything. And so like Europe and other places, it's illegal because it's like, it has no nutritional value. And it's like, it's kind of like a sugar, but it's not a sugar. It's pretty nasty stuff, but people are addicted to the MSG as part of it too. They don't know that though.
Guys, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that. And guys, once again, Snowboard and I had talked about this the other day. Guys, go to the store, go to the registers, and like stand and look at the entire store, and look at how much crap in that store is bad for you. Go to like, Safeway, go to Walmart, and look at how much of that food is not good for you. The the white bread and the cereals, the desserts, you know what I'm saying? All that processed food. The fact that the produce is like is one of the smallest sections there is really, 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 really sad.
Yeah. A ton of like sauces and stuff that we call sauces, they're just basically various forms of like high fructose corn syrup and stuff like that. Like if you go to get like Aunt Jemima's like quote maple syrup, it's not maple syrup in there. There's no maple syrup in there. That stuff is damn good though. I will say that is good.
What causes them to put a lot of stuff in food is storing things, right?
Yeah.
Oftentimes they have stuff, they don't want stuff to actually spoil, So they put all this crap in it. It's like you can ship it from the factory in Oklahoma all the way to Florida or all the way to Maine and have it be quote unquote fresh. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Why they do the things that they do and put the stuff into it is to preserve things. You look at, for instance, look at the Europeans, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Mongolians, some of the Central Asians, right? Why are they the ones that salt, pickle, smoke, etc.? Because it's cold. You don't see a lot of African tribes, a lot of Native American tribes in the colder areas, yes, but people in Mexico or whatever, they're not salt pickling or whatever because there's no winter and there's a lot of food just laying around. You know what I'm saying? Guys, you go to Africa, people can just walk around and just pick food and eat it. Whereas in Europe, you had a winter time, so you had to preserve food. So
but it's preserved to the point where it's basically mummified food. It's dead food. Like it's preserved, like It's just a different way of looking at it. But they
Well,
preserve the hell out
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
To make
Nowadays,
it last longer.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But there's a guy on Facebook and TikTok, and he makes old timey like Roman food, or for like the Roman legions and all this stuff. And he made this certain cheese that they make that it stays for like 6, 7, 8 months. So they would like make jerky. They would salt it and dry it, and then that was what a good chunk of the made. Or they would like salt meats, and then they would make it into stew. So there's ways that they would preserve stuff, because it was either that or don't eat, and that's not necessarily bad for you. But here's the issue:
No.
different people adapt to different things based on their environment. That's why the Ethiopians can run the Ethiopians and the Kenyans, because their environment leads them to have better lung capacity, right? Black and brown people come from areas where there was a lot of plentiful food, right? So a lot of us never really adapted to high salt intake, which is why you see a lot of blacks, browns, and Asians come to the United States and eat our more Western centric diet and have high blood pressure and heart disease. Over thousands of years, Africans didn't eat salted meats and didn't put herbs and all this other stuff on pepper and all this other stuff. So when you have and that's just how our environment was. So that's why you see a lot of black people have high blood pressure, especially being overweight. So let's do this.
I've spent $55,100 on DoorDash. I have been dealing
$55,000
Jesus
on DoorDash. Look.
Oh,
that. Holy moly.
Oh,
$5,000.
Oh
Man.
my God.
binge eating and food addiction since I was very young. It became worse when I was 16 and had my driver's license. I would go to drive-thrus, buy food from grocery stores, and I was able to come home and hide it and eat it in secret. Eating secretly is definitely a part of my addiction and disorder.
That is an ugly woman right here. I'm serious, guys. There is a bridge left unguarded somewhere.
Secretly is definitely a part of my addiction and disorder.
I don't think I've ever related to a video more than that one, because that was me. That was literally my life, and it's
Look at that, guys. Look at that. And guys, once again, props to her for actually losing the weight, unless she got a gastric bypass,
what I talk about all the time. Food addiction consumes your life in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. Like, I'm sure if I had access to my old DoorDash account, the amount of money that I spent on that app would at least have been what she spent, if not more. So much of what she says in her video, I also did. I used to hide wrappers under my mattress when I was a kid. I also really struggled once I got my driver's license, because I could just go off and eat in private, dispose of the evidence, and act like nothing happened. Food literally controlled my life in every single way, shape, and form that it could. It consumed my thoughts daily, day and night, all day, every day. It consumed my money. It completely ruined me financially for a lot of my life. And in a lot of ways, it also ruined and consumed my relationships with people, because I was so obsessed with food and it had such a hold on me that I was canceling plans to stay home and eat. I was so hyper-focused on the food around me when I was hanging out with people that it was all I could think about. And it would distract me from even being with my people.
Isn't that sad, guys? Here you go.
I love to freaking eat. Let's talk about food addiction, okay? Love to eat, love food, okay? If you are addicted to drugs, you can stay away from drugs. And No, hey, I'm actually a substance abuse counselor, so
Ah,
totally
look
get
at
it. It's super hard.
Look at that.
But I have to continue to eat food.
The
So
blind leading
it's
the blind.
really hard to not be around food. Like I could not be around drugs, but I have to be around food because I have to eat food to survive. But I want to eat it all. And everybody's like, oh, eat in moderation. Just eat a little sliver of cake. No, I want the whole thing. I can't just eat a little bit. Like I can't just, you can't just take a little bit of a drug. You want to do more. So I want to eat more. So moderation is really, really hard. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that has a food addiction? I really think it's an addiction. It is an addiction, and I'm gonna have to start looking at it like that. And just like you would a drug addiction, I gotta look at it as a food addiction. So, any thoughts? Put your comments below.
Look at that, guys.
I love to
Look at that.
No one can tell me that food addiction is not real until you have been so addicted to food that you lie and steal and hide behaviors just like an addict. Until you've experienced that, you have no room to say. Potato chips are crack. Okay? I have dealt with binge drinking, addictive behaviors with other substances. Nothing comes close to food. Now, I have came a very long way. I used to have those behaviors of hiding and stealing and lying about my behaviors with food. I would drain our bank accounts, me and my husband's bank accounts. I would drain them to be able to get McDonald's and Starbucks,
Look at that.
Chick-fil-A and Whataburger and gas station snacks. Our electricity got shut off one time because I had been spending so much money on fast food and my husband
Look at that.
I don't do any of that anymore. The only thing that's left is the potato chips. They are my crack. They are my cigarettes. Not proud of it, but if you've experienced this, and I know millions of women have, I used to talk about this a lot more than I do now. It's real. It's real. And it's one of the hardest addictions to overcome because we have to eat to live. No one can tell me that food.
Guys, I think her husband's still with her. Why would any man put up with this? Why? Why? Spending all her money and yours on McDonald's? On ho-hos and bonbons? Guys, what is going on?
Oh man, I know why.
Guys.
Because she was eating his dick.
I am so tired of being fat. I have lost 93 pounds and I'm still fucking morbidly obese. I'm tired of every fucking day thinking about food. I'm tired that every minute and every second of my goddamn day is a thought about food. I'm tired of having to fucking force myself not to eat, to constantly remind myself I can't grab this, I can't grab that, don't eat this, don't eat that. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm fucking over it. I'm still morbidly obese. I'm so tired of being fat.
Look at that, guys. Down 90 pounds. She says she's a runner.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. I won't.
Oh man, look at this, guys. She's so cooked.
Cannot hear you. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be 1, a big girl, 2, a big girl running in front of a crowd of people, and 3, a big girl eating shit in front of all these people?
Nobody cares. Guys, if you're truly into an activity, right? What are you gonna care? No one's trying to look at you. No one. Nobody cares enough. What a joke.
Tell me why these construction workers just sprinted their asses towards me to try to help me up.
Because she fell?
So I dusted myself off, said I was all good, ran
till I got around the corner, and then I limped my ass all the way home. Surprisingly, my knees ain't that bad.
Oh, Jesus.
6 months, man.
I am always the forgotten friend,
you
forgotten employee, the forgotten person. If you don't relate to that, keep scrolling. But that's just what I've experienced with my 31 years of existence. And it's so stupid because they're small things, but I'm just always the forgotten one.
Look at that, guys.
I think after so long it would be easy, but it still hurts.
Now, guys, speaking of that, here, I have another one here, right? Where this chick talks about being excluded because she's big. Hold on, let me find this really fast. Crying as usual.
Maybe she's just making a big deal out of a really heavy topic.
Hold on. Let's see.
Probably really weighs heavy on her mind all the time.
Oh! Let's see. Why is TikTok being stupid? Hold on. Let's go here. It didn't save. Hold on. Let's see if it'll work. Here it is. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Part about being fat is not the fucking weight. It's the amount of missed opportunities that you miss because of it. I got invited to a red carpet event. That's something I used to dream about. Like, dream. And I'm literally this close to saying fuck it and not going because I can't find a fucking dress. It doesn't look like I'm going to a quinceañera or a fucking prom. Like, I just left 5 stores and spent hours looking online, and there's nothing that says she's arrived, you know? Like,
because you're wearing a dog collar.
you know. It says she's arrived. It's when the freaking building shifts to one way because of the weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I'm
Or
not.
the freaking tow truck they have to use to freaking the flatbed that they have to use to get her there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Come on.
Here sopping about being fat. I know I did this to myself partially. There's a
Partially?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
course, other factors, but I'm working so hard to lose it. And until I do, I don't deserve to feel beautiful. Like, I don't deserve to have clothes that look fucking beautiful. I don't want to keep saying no to the opportunities because I won't feel pretty enough or cool girl enough, or I don't want to look like a fucking 50-year-old grandma.
You look 50 now. That's just the thing.
I just want to look like the bad bitch I am, and that's so fucking real. I want their clothes for that. That don't cost $10,000s. With that being said, I really don't want to miss this event. It's something I used to dream of, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. So please, if you know anyone in LA, the event is literally in 5 days. If you know anyone in LA that's a stylist, or if you're a brand.
Someone says totally able to fix this, by the way. Yeah, we can fix beauty standards, please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Someone says everything to blame but me. Look at this.
Yep. And you know what the stylist would say to her?
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Look at this. Guys, look.
2 years ago.
Now, guys, here's the thing about this, okay? There's a lot of hot Latin chicks, right? Seriously. I would say that Mexican chicks are 50-50, bro. Some of them have shaped, and some of them are built like SpongeBob, like this chick. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. I've seen a lot of chicks from Mexico. You look stunning, please. Look at these broads. Ugh. All this time she spends on her makeup, her hair, just get on a treadmill. Look at
Down like a dog.
Look at this. Look at this.
Down like a dog.
At least this chick has some yams. You know what I'm saying? At least she has kind of a skinny waist. You know? Well, come on. Well,
Having her be a
well,
304.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well.
Look at this. Look at that. Why? Who follows these broads? That's the thing that I don't get. Look at the side. That's no moon.
Did that say like 23 million likes?
She has 912,000.
Oh my god! Why are we killing ourselves out here and get like 400 views?
You know what? I would rather have my almost 32,000 with the guys that are in this chat, with the men and women, than these vapid dunderheads that are subscribed to this chick. I don't want any of these people following me. I don't, guys. I don't. Why would I? These people clearly, all these people are some of the biggest. They're all evil because they're gassing this chick up. They clearly see she's killing herself.
Yeah.
They clearly see that she's going to be in an early grave, and they're enabling her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want those types of people around me at all. No way. I'd rather be small time and be honest than be big and be a fake. Well, then be big and be big. Oh! Guys, what a joke. What a joke. And then where's this other chick at? Hold on. 1 second, guys. I just gotta do one more thing here. Look at this. Look at this. You guys know what I always say about redheads, right, guys? Guys, redheads are either gargoyles or they're gorgeous, and this chick is not gorgeous. That's for damn sure. I guarantee she turns to stone in the daylight. Oh! Now, guys, this story takes a little while, but here, guys, let's watch it.
The whole experience was kind of a lot, standing, waiting in line.
How would you handle this situation if it happened to you?
The worst part.
How would you handle this situation if it happened to you?
TikTok does this, and I don't know why.
How would you handle this situation if it happened to you? I need your guys' advice.
So something happened last week that almost ruined my entire concert experience. One of the downsides of being a plus-size woman is that when going to events like this, there's often a lot of anxiety. And leading up to the event,
guys,
I was a little bit anxious about what the seating was going to be like, whether it was going to be comfortable.
Here.
How would you handle this situation if it happened to you?
I need your guys' advice. So something happened last week that almost ruined my entire concert experience. One of the downsides.
Here, guys, I will fix.
How would you handle this situation if it happened to you? I need your guys' advice.
So something happened last week that almost.
See, I can't fix this. Hold on, guys. Let's see here. Here it is. All right.
The situation if it happened to
Right
you.
back.
I need your guys' advice. So something happened last week that almost ruined my entire concert experience. One of the downsides of being a plus-size woman is that when going to events like this, there's often a lot of anxiety. And leading up to the event, I was a little bit anxious about what the seating was going to be like, whether it was going to be comfortable. I've been to a concert probably at a venue like this in 10 plus years. And so the whole experience was kind of a lot. Standing, waiting in line was pretty hard on my ankles and my knees. But once we got in, we were able to go sit in kind of the food area, hang out for a bit. Then we made our way over to our seats for the pre-show. I like to be early, kind of scope out what things are like. Anyways, we got to our seats and discovered that I did not really fit without a whole bunch of pain, and that sucked. So then came the stress of what am I going to do? I cannot stand the entire night. I also can't really sit on these seats. I'm probably just going to have to perch on the edge and hope that it works out. Anyways, we did go and talk to a venue coordinator and asked if there was any way that there'd be any seats we could possibly switch to. And she let us sit in some of the accessibility seats at the back, at least for the pre-show. She just let us know that when the owner showed up, we'd have to move, but she would work on seeing if she could figure something out. And that normally it wouldn't be an issue, but it was a completely sold out show. Anyways, so we sat there for a little bit. And a little bit later, a couple of girls came. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry, these are our seats." I said, "No problem, no problem." We were just sitting here temporarily. We moved over a few seats and let them take their seats.
Now, guys, where do you think that this is going? So she didn't buy the special ed seats or whatever, and so she tried to sit there, and now these other girls sat there because they paid for them. Watch here we go.
And then a little while after that, another two girls came over. And we're looking, and they're like, "Oh, I think these are our seats." And I was like, "Yep, they probably are." I explained to them why we were sitting there and that we're just there temporarily, and that we would move and give them their seats. Anyways, they let me know that they just booked the seats because they were the only ones they could get, that they didn't actually need accessible seating, which, by the way, is not cool. But they asked where my seats were, and I pointed that they were just 3 rows ahead, 4 rows actually, basically directly ahead of us. And these girls offered to switch, which I was super grateful for, super thankful for, and it allowed me to relax and get excited about the show because I knew I wasn't going to have to sit in seats that I didn't fit in anymore or stand the entire evening. The coordinator came over a little bit later, said, "I heard that it all worked out. I'm happy for you," and she stopped looking for a solution for us. Anyways, about 20 minutes before the show, probably about half an hour or so after these girls had offered to swap, they came back and said, "Your seats suck. We want our seats back."
Yeah.
This totally made
Good. Which they should have done. You absolute dunce. We knew that was coming.
How could you not see that was coming?
Yeah. Yeah, these are seats that they paid for, and they reserve the right to. Guys, first of all, whether it's an airplane or a concert or a movie, I'm not switching seats with shit. I get the seats that I want specifically. Here, Snowboard Trent. Guys, everyone in the chat, in the movie theater, where do you like to sit?
Towards the front, in the middle? I mean,
I sit kind of more towards the back in the middle.
Me too.
So I'm higher
I sit
up,
right in the center in the back.
Yeah.
The farthest row back that I can, because I don't like being close. I like being far. I don't know why. I just like it. So like in that last 3 rows right in the middle.
Yeah.
I love sitting there. I always have. If I get that seat, especially if it's right in the middle, I don't know if it's my OCD where I like to feel like I'm right in the middle. I'm not switching seats with but my sister, she's in a wheelchair. I don't care. You better have her crawl her ass over to her seat because she ain't using mine. You guys, there are times where those handicapped seats in some theaters are actually, have more room. You know what I'm saying? If it's a busy one, you can go there, and there's not a lot of people who are trying to pee and walk around you. Yeah, guys. Don't switch your seats on planes. Well, yeah, Snowboard. I know that you paid to have this extra leg room, but our gams didn't manage to get her tickets. Can she switch seats so she can sit with you? No. Gams is sitting in the back.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Yeah, guys, I'm not doing it. I'm not. And this gargoyle here should have not been shocked if these girls paid for those seats because they were good seats. And Lord knows she doesn't look like the person who's smart enough to actually buy good seats.
We found out that we weren't going to be able to stay there and we were going to be forced to go back to the same seats that I wasn't going to fit in. So we gave the girls their seat back and went and talked to the venue coordinator. She actually just kind of lectured us and said that if you need these seats, you need to book them in advance. You need to make arrangements for it.
Good,
and
good.
To be honest, it never had crossed my mind that I actually
What?
wouldn't fit in the seats.
Oh, you guys believe that?
No.
You guys believe that she doesn't think that her girth wouldn't fit into a regular size seat? I mean, come on. You know what I mean?
I know sometimes they can be a bit tight.
As someone who is formerly 52-inch waist, I am damn well aware anywhere that I went when I was at that girth that I was going to have seating issues, and on airlines I needed to have an extender, and I had to pay for it. This is just when you're fat, you've got to pay the freight, quite literally.
Yeah, but they want the whole world to bend to their will.
No,
you know?
I mean, seats, airlines, buses are built for the 95th percentile. All right. And if you're, way to the right on the bell curve of that 95th percentile, you're going to have to pay more. That's just the way the capitalist system we live in is built.
Yep. Look at this. Someone says, all right, guys, she's getting cooked in these comments. But here, let's finish this, and then I'll read the comments.
Be a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, I wasn't sure how to plan for it. And truthfully, I don't feel like I should be booking accessible seats. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person that they're there for. I mean, I do have a spinal condition, but at the end of the day, I can access the other seats. I just can't necessarily fit. So I wouldn't necessarily feel right booking them in the first place. Anyways, she did go and talk to these girls again. She bargained with them. I'm not sure exactly how she made it work, but she did move them up to some other seats and ultimately allowed us to go sit back in these seats again. So thankfully, our concert experience was still a good one. But it did put a little bit of a damper on the night because I just kind of felt like crap about the situation. But ultimately, we did enjoy the concert. We did get to sit in more comfortable seats, and I'm thankful for that. But it just kind of leaves the question of, how do I handle this situation? What would you do in the future? As a plus size woman, am I just forced to pay like triple, quadruple the amount to get the VIP experience with the big comfy seats?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. That's just.
Or here, how
gotta
about
pay
you?
the freight.
How about you take the money that you would spend on freaking McDonald's and save that up for 2 weeks, and then you can afford the ticket. Someone says, what gives me anxiety when I'm approaching my seats and someone's wrongly sitting in them? Facts. Someone says, upset that they wanted their seat back. LMAO. And someone says, it didn't cross my mind that I wouldn't fit in seats, but then starts the video explaining her anxiety over whether she would be comfortable. Look at that. Someone says, it's not cool, so they booked the seats because nothing else was left. So what are they supposed to do? Not go to the concert and have those seats go empty? Someone says, sounds like they bent over backwards for you. Everyone, you can book the accessible seats. So someone says, when do you think you'll have enough anxiety, enough stress, embarrassment, enough of the pain? You got to start somewhere. Look at this. Someone says, I'm going to be honest. This would be a wake-up call for me. A couple of years ago, a waiter congratulated me on my pregnancy. I wasn't pregnant. Oh! It hurt, but then the next day I used it as motivation and started my fitness journey. You could choose to make your life better and easier. And it's not that simple. It's not that simple. This versus this plus size girl here. I've never had the audacity to sit in other people's seats. Seek the accommodation and call it a day. I'd be pissed if I found someone sitting in my seats. Damn, she's getting cooked. So someone says, so you're scolding the girls for purchasing the accessible seats when they didn't need them, but also not taking the responsibility for you booking the wrong seats. Cooked. She's getting destroyed. Why would you shame the girl that helped you? That's effed up. As someone who used to weigh 340 pounds, I planned ahead, paid extra, and did whatever I had to do. Look at this.
what I cannot understand is the entitlement that we're seeing here. I mean, this is straight up, I'm entitled because I'm big. And it's like, look, it's never been easier to lose a whole hell of a lot of weight with the GLP-1 drugs out there.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that?
Look, you're talking to someone who's lost 110 pounds since May of 2025. And I didn't use GLP-1 drugs. I just did diet and exercise and, and fasting. Those three things were what I did to get there. And I did it at 63, and I did it with hypothyroid, which makes, I've got low metabolism because my thyroid doesn't work right. If I can do it at 63, certainly she can do it at her age.
Yeah. Yeah, but she doesn't want to.
Well, there's the point.
She thinks that it's not fair. And guys, people have to want to change. They have, in the same way that a junkie has to finally want to stop doing drugs and finally want to start getting better. Guys, this chick right here is addicted to food.
Well, you are absolutely right in calling you're absolutely right in calling this addictive behavior. All right, because let's be honest, all those nice junk foods are engineered to be addictive.
Yep.
However, everyone knows that you can get whole food and eat whole foods and avoid the addictive.
Look at the size of this broad. Dude, you would think that she would get more exercise when she's terrorizing Tokyo. Oh!
That drew some blood.
Look at how terrible this chick looks. She is horrible. And she's probably in her 20s. And she looks so much older. And guys, look at this goofball.
Wow.
Her husband's probably the reason why she's this big. It's because they're codependent. They're both what? Actually, her husband's losing weight. God, what a beta. Look at this guy. No, and then never mind. Getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Sad. Yeah, guys, food addiction's real. They want to make this all our problem when it's not. And guys, just don't even surround yourself with people. If they're this big, guys, leave them alone. Don't talk to them. And for all you guys, I said this once before. Guys, you see big guys, they'll try and drive a nice car, have a nice watch. What's the point? You're big. You're a biggin. Try and wear nice suits and nice jeans. It's like putting rims on a friggin' Ford Tempo. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? So, but all right, you guys. Here,
the point is self-esteem. Speaking as a former big one, if you can't do something one way, you use money another way to try and massage your ego because you're big and fat.
Yeah.
That's why they do it. It doesn't work. Take it from someone who knows, but that's why they do it.
And if you can't do it for yourself, guys, do it for your family. Do it for your friends, right? Try and be on this planet for as long as possible. But these people are just, ugh. But guys, here. So I was going to do a video on this, but I figured that we might as well go over it now. So guys, let's do this quick. And guys, hit the like button, guys. Thanks for being here. Guys, we're going to do the Old Chicks Are Invisible on Wednesday. And then guys, I will do, we're going to react to Pearly things going off on her live stream about these chicks that are supporting that Kimberly Lindsay chick.
I was really excited Pearly showed up last night. You are getting some visibility, AJ.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and have her come on the show to talk about her series where she stands out in front of these churches with a sign, "Should Christian wives obey their husbands?" Do you guys know 3 churches called the cops on her and told her to leave? And all these women are all crashing out. She's been to a Mormon church, a Orthodox church, a Baptist church, all these, and these women just crash out. It's actually hilarious. It's all I'll let you guys know when that'll happen. So
It shows you how deeply feminism has infiltrated into women in mainline Christian churches in the United States.
Yep.
I mean, the gynocracy lives in a lot of places that used to be safe for men.
Yep, it's true. So, well, let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
That's the sound of the police.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hi, where is the female?
She's on the second floor at the moment, but the guy that she's with is bringing her stuff down.
Okay, what does she look like?
She's a black female with short blonde-ish hair. The male is a taller blonde male with a fake Louis Vuitton sweater on.
Female, but how short is she?
Probably like an inch or two taller than me.
Okay, so is she younger, older?
She's probably
What is this thing right here? Like, what
in her early 20s.
Went up to the second floor? How's it going, sir? I'm Officer Prince LeGrand. I understand something just happened here.
So she lives on here. You probably want my address.
Yeah, can we just get your
So,
idea?
guys, he met this chick, took her home, banged and clanged, and then he made the mistake in taking her back to his place, right? He should have gone to her place because that's when you could throw the old smoke.
Who is this guy?
I don't know. You know what I mean? But he made the mistake of taking her back to his house, and basically and then told her to get out, and then she started crashing out. You know?
I know. I'm trying to find a valuable solution. What I could do is take her to another hotel, get her room, let her rest. You know what I mean?
I'm not taking her to nowhere. I'll get her taken to jail because what do we always say? Press charges.
Okay. Just try to make sure the situation is straight, but she got drunk.
So I guess what caused all of this? I understand you said you're trying to resolution to the situation to move hotels, but what was the issue? What was the issue? Like between you two?
I ain't got no issue. You know what I mean?
Okay, but so then what was her?
I don't want to put nobody in jail or make.
Yeah, and that's why you're a beta and you're a simp. That's why you are a beta and you are a simp.
Beta! No accusations or anything. You know what I mean? I also don't want to decline to give a statement about it. But I know anything that I say obviously will be used against a person. You know what I mean? I'm not no goofy, so I'm an idiot. I'm just trying to make sure, everything is cool.
Mhm.
That's it.
So we're just trying to figure out
What happened
here in the
and that.
lobby. Yeah.
I didn't call y'all, so I can't tell
But
y'all
you were
everything.
involved, though, right?
I'm not involved unless I did something. You get what I'm saying?
But you are.
I don't want to make it difficult.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is the female to you then that caused all this?
So the female isn't any relationship. You know what I mean? But I don't want to speak too heavily on stuff because I don't want nobody arrested. I don't want no. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
I'm 21. He got me drunk. I'm not able to drive home. I all the way to Milwaukee and I'm drunk. And he got me here to fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm on Sierra 21. I just started drinking. Yeah, so he got me here to Yeah, well, I'm not sober enough to go home, bro. He's mad I didn't want to no more. And y'all just have to leave him over me, bro. You, I'm not even from Milwaukee, bro. The last time I was, bro. You think I'm gonna bro? I know y'all watch the Packer games, bro. Y'all think I'm gonna this after, bro? Like what the? And then little ass mad, bro. Cause I took this, bro. No.
Can we start fresh?
Y'all just arrested me.
Can we start fresh?
Probationary license. You don't want to
So I don't know her. So when I start getting a glimpse of the personality, she got her drinking or whatever, I'm like, I cut her out. I actually hit the bottom like, nah, you're switching up a little bit. You're starting to get violent. You're starting to
Guys, put a 1 if you've been there. You met a chick, she seems decent, but then that alcohol starts flowing. You know what I'm saying? And then Yeah.
First a little much, and it was too out of ordinary. And she got talking about different like people and scenarios, and I was like, okay.
You don't understand that got 12 million, bro. Okay. Look at this, bro. He only mad because that girl started saying stuff, bro. When I said like,
we walked downstairs, everything was normal. And she walked over to her and was like, she said something to her about, would you a man who has a girlfriend? I kept it real with you. Everything just casual. You know, we've been on that. Everything's cool. Consensual sex, everything. You feel me? I said, we gonna go to some tacos. I'm driving out of college. We're finna go to the taco place. She got the acting weird. I'm like, okay.
Let me ask you straight up. What happened with the plant?
bro, I just do. I could pay that. But I didn't know.
Hold on yourself, you dunce.
AJ, there's a saying: trust not a woman when she weeps.
Yeah,
For it is her
yeah.
nature to weep when she wants her will.
Yeah, never trust a woman who's crying in public or on social media. The only time the woman's actually crying for real is when she's by herself in the dark and no one can see.
I ain't gonna lie. Just because they were trying to put me out, bro. I feel like if I pay half, that's not fair to her to put me out, bro. That's not fair for her to tell me to get out. All type of shit.
Were you mad at him or were you mad at the hotel?
Yes, we just came down. We wasn't even really arguing for real. She just told me to get out. I feel like my car parked outside, bro. I just drove an hour, bro. I paid half too. Like, that's not fair. Like, I am sorry for that plant. If y'all gonna arrest me for that plant, y'all need to arrest me.
I came right back through here and I said, let's, we're gonna come back. Well, when I parked the car, she get to talking stuff. She get out of her car. I said, well, you can come upstairs, you can go to sleep. I said, because you're drunk. I'm not going to you know what I'm saying? I just want to be responsible for you. I want to make sure everything is, straight up.
If I was him, I'd have gone home. I said, I'm checking out. I'm checking out early, right? Even pay for the room if you have to, because once you do that, the room's not your responsibility, right? If she trashes the place, it's not of your responsibility, because I'd have just left. Matter of fact, guys, let me know in the chat if you have done that. Snowboard, have you ever done that? You had a chick who was acting up, you just left her?
Not in like a hotel, but I've left her at like a bar or something like that. Like gas station's a really good place to leave her.
Yeah. I've had a chick acting nuts in my car, so I pulled over. I said, "Hey, let's go in the gas station," and then I took off. Bye.
I have kind of a funny story about that. So one day I was like sitting on just in my on my porch, and this car pulls up kind of I have a little pull off spot on the road where customers can pull on and stuff like that. And this car pulls in fast.
Okay.
And this girl gets out and she's crying. And then the car takes off and she goes out into the middle of the road of the double yellow lines and lays down waiting for another car. Do you think I moved a muscle? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to be involved. If this chick's going to get ran over, I'm just going to sit here and let it happen.
Yeah. I'm not doing it. No thanks. Yeah. You guys never feel obligated. If you're having a bad first date, guys, get up and leave. If you meet a chick and you guys have gone out 2 or 3 times, and guys, in snowboard, chime in here. One of the major things where things can go left is if you hang out with a chick and her friends for the first time.
Yeah.
In this chat, guys, have you ever met a chick snowboard where you guys have gone out 2 or 3 times, maybe you smash, and then you go and meet her and her friends for dinner or drinks or whatever, and she acts completely different and tries to disrespect you? I've had that happen to me, and I just left the chick there. We went to this restaurant. It was a long, drawn out thing because I was hungry because I had worked and then worked out, and they were going to some distillery where there was no food, and then they were we're gonna Uber all the way across town and all this other crap. So this chick was all of a sudden got a smart mouth. She was talking all this mess, So they all went to the bathroom. I got my part of the ticket, paid for it, jumped in an Uber, and left. And all of a sudden, this bra's blowing up my phone. I blocked her on everything. And then she had the nerve to have her friend call me from her friend's phone. and I knew that it was her friend because her friend said she was from San Diego. It was a San Diego area code. I blocked her on everything. I'm like, how you gonna talk to me that way? So just never deal with disrespect from any of these rods ever.
I'm sorry for throwing that plant. Y'all couldn't arrest me for
We
that.
appreciate that. We don't want to arrest you. We just want to figure out what happened. That's all we're trying to do.
That's just crazy. Like always, bro. Like, was the last nigga to go through my phone and get this shit. I'm just being stupid. Like, I'm just being stupid, clearly. That's all I'm doing. I'm drunk. I shouldn't even drive.
So you had your ID on you? Let me take a look at that. Thank you.
But it's not even fair, bro. He asked me to come up here. Like, you see, bro, I ain't gonna lie. No, this is not fair, bro. This week,
how many times has she done this to guys too? I bet
all the time.
You know what I
the
mean?
time, guys.
Now it happens to her once.
Yeah, and this is why we had to say press charges, guys. The more these rods end up in jail, that's the only way things are going to change. Because okay, all right, hold on. I'm having a thought here. Snowboard, who supports open borders the most?
Liberal women.
Women,
white women. Yeah,
right. Well, just women.
In general, yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Middle Eastern dudes, African dudes, non-American dudes don't put up with this.
Nope.
Mobutu or Muhammad, he was smacked her. Yeah. What I'm saying is, there's going to be less and less guys like us, and more guys like them.
Yep.
And they're going to be solving this problem for us.
Yep. Hey, celebrate that diversity.
I know,
celebrate that diversity. You know what her ID says? Chicken.
Sit back down.
Like, you see how he's pissing on me?
Sit back down. We're not doing that.
That's not even fair. I hate white like you. Oh, how far is this?
She is mixed race. I guarantee you, like, her mom's probably white. So I told you, mixed race chicks always lean into the ghetto stuff or the pro black. I'm blackity black, but black, y'all.
Is he trying to put his hands on me?
So we're still trying to figure out what happened, right?
This is just trying to put his hands on me.
Oh, don't do that.
You don't ever spit on a cop. That's crazy.
I've been saying this forever, guys. If you spit on me, I am not responsible for my actions. That has to be the most disgusting, disrespectful thing that you can do other than throwing piss and feces on a person. You know what I'm saying? If you spit on me, I don't care who you are, guys. I am not responsible for what happens to you. Snowboard, you were saying?
Yeah, she did a little.
Give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. He's trying to put his hands on me. Stop. He just touched my coochie. I promise you, he just touched my. He just touched my coochie. I have the video of me pushing my coochie.
All right, stop moving. Just roll towards us.
Keep rolling. All right, you're purposely not rolling.
Y'all not rolling me over.
Here, take this. Jackson, go to our feet. One, we're gonna roll towards Jake. 1, 2, 3. Sit up. All right.
1, 2, 3. Go that way.
Put his hands on me and everything. I swear to God, I hate being a black female. Bro, nigga can you all type of. Man, the white police officers believe anything, bro. Can I call my baby to at least get picked up?
I don't. Sure. Look at that. Of course.
Well.
And might I add,
I hate niggas. I love black people. Honest, hardworking, law-abiding black people. Niggas like you make me sick.
Watch your foot, please.
Can y'all get my phone, please?
Yeah, I'll grab your phone. We're not stealing your phone. I promise. We're not stealing your phone.
I'm 21 in college, bro.
But you
grab
have a
your
kid.
spit guard and just have it ready.
Yeah. Grab the shower cap. You're gonna need it.
Yes.
Was anything damaged or just a mess?
Well, this is broken.
It is broken. Okay.
And then she also broke a glass over there. So
Where's the glass?
all over.
What was it from? Was
Just a cup. It had a flower in it, and then she brought me the flower after she broke the cup.
Was it like in the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sitting on top of that cabinet.
I was talking to her for a couple days, but I met her here. She drove from, I don't stay here. I met her here. You feel me? At first, I went into the company.
Met
I'm like,
online or-
yeah.
Met online, met here. You guys
Met here.
went downtown?
Yeah, the most we went was from right here upstairs, straight downtown, right back here to you guys. That's it.
Consensual sex?
Video.
What time?
He said I got video.
We're just covering everything, man.
We gotta cover all bases.
Yeah.
I ain't no goofy. You know, everything is.
Look at this. He said, do you want the D? Say yes or no. And this is what you have to do nowadays.
I'm afraid that's where we are.
Yeah.
You've got to video everything.
Hold on, Trent, hold on. Ivan X. Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? Long time no see. Ivan X, man. He's one of my OG subs too, man. What's up, dude? Long time. Trent, you were saying? Sorry.
Well, no, it's just we've reached the point with a lot of females, particularly the younger ones, that if you are not videoing yourself, getting consent with them, they will come back at you. And I'm sorry, but that's the reality of how a lot of these young women have been socialized.
Yeah.
There's videos and everything, so it's probably around.
Hang on to that. Okay, we're not going to take it now, but in case she does come back and say...
I can email it to y'all. I know I got everything in here.
Jimmy, she's banging her head.
The demon's coming out. The demon's coming out.
Stop. That's another charge.
You let this
That's
arrest
another
me.
charge.
You let this arrest me. Let this arrest me.
Oh my God! She's saying great.
She spit on him again. Look at that.
Oh my God!
Shut up.
Get out.
I'm not getting out.
Boy, that guy must be glad he took that video.
Can you imagine if there was a ponytail patrol? This guy, it was just him and a chick cop.
Put her down.
Let go. Oh wow! You gotta buy it. You gotta buy it.
That's why he has gloves.
Not black
There's the
anymore,
burrito.
are you?
Oh, no. There's the burrito. Let's go.
Right there. All right, we'll roll her towards us when we're ready. Yep. We'll roll her towards me and then up. All right, roll her up. 1, 2, 3. Go feet first.
You realize we would not be seeing any of this but the Black Lives Matter?
Okay, I can't hear you while the video's going, so let me pause it and then talk.
You realize we would be seeing none of this, save for Black Lives Matter screaming, "We want videos on everything."
Yeah, true. And guys, that is the biggest self-own that I've ever seen in history, because they thought that it would make a bunch of change, and now we're like 4 or 5 years removed. And guys, it's so bad that there's B-dubs on TikTok saying, "Yo, I used to think the cops were crazy and evil, but now you watch all these body cam things and you realize the ass whoopings just don't fall out of a tree." You know what I'm saying? And it's true.
You know, that's not fair. Everything.
All right, get going.
And you all put me in.
This is gonna be a long car ride, guys.
Yeah.
With one adult female, 6'9".
Turn up the music.
Was that actually
Get on a
terrible?
plane. We're coming to America. today. Look at the female cop. She's like, she's all yours, ladies. Whoa, this one's
one of them's kind of hot.
Yeah.
The one behind is kind of hot.
Say hello.
How you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. It's okay. I'm gonna get all y'all. Okay. Why you laughing? It's okay. You don't get all
According to court records, this suspect, Sierra, was charged with resisting obstructing, criminal damage to property, and disorderly conduct. She is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Oh no! Bingo!
But all right, you guys. Yeah, I got to.
Can I ask a question? Shouldn't she have been charged with spitting on the cop? I mean, that is a separate crime.
Yeah, she should have been charged for it.
I mean,
she's
this
a woman,
is yet
so she
another.
gets off.
This is yet another, pretty chick, get off privilege thing. I just wait a minute. If a guy had done that, they'd have hung him from the wall for all his spitting, especially since you've got people out there with HIV doing that.
Here you go, guys. Hold on. Real fast. Look at this.
We're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today.
40,000 jobs gone from Seattle. 40,000. And they're trying to recall this mayor now. 40,000 jobs.
In her office was canceled after
rates in the whole country. Among big cities, I think they have the top commercial vacancy rate among big cities in the whole country, y'all. And architects are feeling the pain. Y'all. This particular
filthy. Angus Iris says body cams are industrial farms for content. You need to have a whale week to counter Shark Week. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea, my friend. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have a bunch of them saved. I see the guys. You know what? This week we'll do an angry ex-girlfriend stream, getting ex-girlfriends and wives getting arrested stream, and maybe I'll do one with the biggins getting arrested too, because that's always funny seeing like 8 cops trying to deadlift some 700-pound broad. You know what I'm saying?
What is Shark Week? Like biting?
No, Shark Week is on Nat Geo, and it's all about.
Oh,
shark.
okay. I thought
It's
it was
like
a code for something else.
No. So
Okay.
it's this thing that they do once a year, and like people watch it a lot. So.
is down
I know what it is.
50%. And that other businesses, other architectural firms are reporting feeling a similar pinch.
It's not the normal seasonal dip. A Seattle architecture firm says the millionaire's tax is to blame for the noticeable slowdown in the construction industry. AOME Architects in Seattle, they've been around for decades. They say the tax climate in Washington is impacted not only his small business, but all the jobs tied to the industry, from design, engineering, to all the labor that goes into building a home.
Meaning that snowboard, if you worked in Seattle doing your job, you'd be getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? If I was a builder and I said, hey, we're trying to build on this, or this customer wants this custom roof and I need this tree moved, you'd be getting taxed crazy too. It's just, I don't know how people still live in Washington State, man.
Hell's Boeing is leaving Seattle.
Yeah. Yep.
Pioneer Square, where cameras were turned off after the World Cup, and
Hey,
a
this is
poll
what they
showing
wanted.
75% of voters support public safety cameras. Wilson reiterated her stance.
There's an audit being conducted of privacy, data security, storage sharing practices for our CCTV system. We expect the results of that audit to be coming out, I believe, around the end of September.
So yeah, y'all, Seattle's falling apart, y'all. I mean, economically speaking, they are. I mean, that's what the reports say. There are real estate reports, both residential and commercial. There are jobs reports, there are tech jobs reports, there are violence reports. Now, to be fair, apparently violence is down. Okay, so that's one bright spot, perhaps.
But that's even worse because everyone's leaving despite the fact that violence is going down.
Well, or it may simply
At least if violence was going up, then I could be, hey, look, Trent moved his software business away from downtown because Nug's kicking his door in. But if it's actually safer and they're still moving out, that's not a good look either. Trent, you were saying?
You assume that the statistics from the Seattle police saying that there's less crime are actually less crime and not lying. I don't assume that.
But even if we assume that it's correct, that's even worse. That's not a good thing. You know what I mean? The city is safer, but everyone worth a damn is leaving. That means the problem is even worse. See, look, crime would make anyone leave. Fine. But if it's safe and people are leaving, man, that's crazy.
If thefts are down because 50% of the retail shops have closed in Seattle, you may still have a higher theft rate at the remaining stores, even though the total number of crimes is down, because you only have half as many retail establishments to steal from.
Yeah.
Will she be removed? Do you think this petition has any?
I hope so. But Seattle's cooked, guys. The whole West Coast could actually fall off into the ocean. Trent, you remember on the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeve? Trent,
I remember it.
Do you remember Lex Luthor? He was going to put that nuclear bomb on the fault line and have all of California fall off into the ocean, and then have Luthor land. He was going to call. He's going to build. That's what they should do, honestly. So, but all right, you guys, I'll shut this down. I'll be live tomorrow, guys, at 5. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you. Bye, guys. Take it easy.